2009-0370, Parish President remarks. Mr. St. Pierre.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Last week we told you all that there are 8 projects that we're looking at to get accomplished in 2009. In 2010, one of them was the boat launch on Highway 90 and the boat launch in the Zalman. Last week, Holly, Rusty, and myself met with the members of Louisiana Wildlife and Fishery, Mr. Bob Love, and we expressed, we'd like to see at Highway 90, and they're very excited about it because they want to put a project there too. They want to put like a station there, and also like a little. I don't know if you ever been to the one in Lafitte. There's a little museum there with a lot of stuffed animals and the history of the area. So they're going to work with us. They need about 1.5 acres of land. So we're thinking that he's thinking that if the parish would buy the land and lease it to them for like 99 years, that they would build a building and they can actually help us come in and do some of our paving under their project rather than us spending all our money on the grant money to do the paving. So they would do some of our paving. They're very excited about it. We can't proceed until we actually buy the land. We're still negotiating with landowners. We got our appraisers. I'm waiting on them to get their appraisers so we can negotiate between those 2 appraisals. Also, last week, Marcus, Terry, Carol, and I met with the Norco Civic Association to discuss a whole bunch of items. But I think the thing that they're most concerned about is getting that water underneath the airline highway. DOTD is currently doing the jacking and bore right now. Saying, what is it, 54-inch jacking board?
It's either 54 or 38, I'm not sure.
I think it's 54. Sure. I saw it out there today. And also, we're still talking to them about going in and putting the one the jacking board that collapsed. We're talking about going back in there and putting a smaller pipe inside that collapsed jacking boards. It won't be as big, but we'll have a lot more flow. And we're also talking to the pipeline people originally. I think in one of my messages I told you that we asked them about digging that canal wider and deeper. They originally told us we couldn't do it. Now they're telling us that we might be able to dig it about 100 foot wide but only 4 foot deep. So they are coming up with the calculations to submit to the parish, and hopefully we can get that accomplished, and that would take a lot of pressure off the people of Norco and help get more water to that pumping station. As Larry said earlier about the firemen, the IMTT recognized all the firemen on the east bank of the river. Had a very nice banquet on the east bank of the river, and Larry understands been doing this for about 11 years. I'd really like to thank IMTT for stepping up to the plate. They hosted at their site and had a very nice meal. The parish is applying for 151,831 allocations of fiscal year 2009-2010 local government assistance program funding to construct a new 1,500 square foot building for the DMV on parish-owned land across the street from the courthouse behind the Economic Development Office. The preliminary designs are being worked on. It is estimated that the building would cost about $195,000. The parish would cover the costs exceeding the grant amount. Last week when I presented the 8 projects, originally we were talking about getting them out of the courthouse, driver's license people out of the courthouse, and putting them across the street in a little modular building, which costs us about $100,000. So Holly went out and found out there's a program that we might be able to get $151,000 in grant money. So I think is to pay the difference between 195 and 151 is worth building a permanent building, something that is up to hurricane standards. We'd have something permanently. We'd have to worry about moving a modular building if we ever decide to do something over there. And we're hoping to do that right behind Corey's office. The parishes will actively seeking grant funds for the Humane Society of the United States and other agencies to construct a new animal shelter. Preliminary designs plans are in the works for the new shelter. The parish is making every attempt to keep the cost for the estimated 10,000 square foot at below $1.5 million, while providing a low-maintenance animal shelter constructed according to the latest animal care standards that will be a welcoming facility for potential adopters with a clean and healthy atmosphere for visitors, staffers, and the animals. I'm sure y'all all been hearing lately about the news in Jefferson Parish with all the problems they're having down there. I don't know if you've been in our animal shelter lately. It's really not up to the current design standards. I think we can come up with the money if we can get the grant that we're going to be applying for as a 50-50 match. So we probably have to come up with $750,000 out of the general fund. I am going to submit that in the general fund for your approval. I think we have the money. I think we can do it. I think it's a well worth project, and it's something that we need to move this parish forward. On Friday, Fish Electric finished pouring concrete for the courthouse generator project. The generator will power the entire courthouse in case of hurricanes or other power outages. We're estimating that the installation should be complete by the second week in October. We have been able to keep this project on schedule for the most part because of the lack of storm threats in hurricane protection area. When you leave here this afternoon, if you go around the back of the courthouse, you can see all the construction. Fish is doing an outstanding job. The quality of work is excellent. Cost Brothers, the contractors for the cast iron replacement project along Highway 631, has laid over 5,000 feet of 12-inch water line and more than 55% of the entire project length. This project started July 6th and is scheduled to run about 120 calendar days, ending the first week in November. The project calls for a replacement of an aging 8-inch cast iron water main with new 12-inch PVC main. It is partially funded by the Louisiana Government Assistance Program grant in the amount of $142,800. Once complete, this system improvements will provide better water quality and water flow to the communities of Paradis, DeZalman, and Bayou Gauche, and should positively impact fire protection ratings for the respective fire departments. I think Renee showed you some photos. Just an update status on the West Bank Hurricane Protection Levee. Magnolia Ridge Phase 1, the present permit expires on March 31st, 2010. A representative of the Corps of Engineers has stated that all work to be done after March 31st, 2010 will require a new permit rather than a permit extension. Prior to asking for a new permit, we will submit a letter asking the Corps officials an official position on a new permit versus a permit extension. BKI would like to know what would be the shortest process to take. Willow Ridge Phase 2, Bert Kleinpeter has given the Corps cost and alignment details on 3 alternatives for raising Willow Ridge flood protection to elevation 7 foot. The Corps has coordinated this data with the various state and federal agencies. Based on the agency's comments, BKI is preparing a joint use permit through the state DNR site for the 23-acre detention area alternative. And I think I emailed all y'all something last week concerning the different cost prices. Ellington Phase 3. Hydraulic models have been developed for the Ellington area. The model is in process of being calibrated. BKI is working with the parish to get extensive rainfall and stage data for the calibration. The model will determine if additional pumps are needed in the Ellington area or whether the pumps that are being proposed for the Willow Ridge will suffice. And that could save us a lot of money, or it could cost us a lot of money. On Wednesday, this Wednesday at 2:30 at the Fraternal Order Police Building in Destrehan, the governor is coming down and he's going to present us a big check, and one of those big long checks. I don't know how much it's going to be, but it's going to be a big check. So he'd like to have all y'all there. We're going to have Holly. You got to get Renee, you got to get the news media out there. He wants to have a big event. We're going to invite all the public officials. Scott and I met last Monday with the EPD of Jefferson Parish, Mr. Dino Bonanno, to work out some problems. There was some things said during the dial-ins that there was a little conflict over, so Scott and I got together with him, and I think we're working out, and through this meeting, I think we're going to have a better relation with Jefferson Parish in the future. As Chandra said, don't forget our trash bash October the 3rd. Like she said, we got 150 volunteers, and we certainly like to have a good turnout and get our parish cleaned up. And that concludes my report, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Mr. St. Pierre. Mr. Hogan?
Thank you, Council Chairman. VJ, with there's a lot of public excitement about the possible boat launch in the Zalman's coming. Did Louisiana Department of Life and Fisheries indicate that they could help us in any way in trying to get that project going?
And the one in Zalman?
Yeah.
Not through the Borough Wally funds. As you and I discussed it, that project would probably have to come from either parish money or donations from industry and individuals.
Yeah, there's no other programs, any other sources of funding through them?
No.
Thank you.
So if anybody wants to contribute some money, got a whole bunch of money to look in the dump, we can sure use it.
Is there anything we could raffle off? Can we raffle off some parish equipment to raise money or whatever?
Yeah, we can do that.
All right.